In the year 2075, Earth stood at the precipice of a new era. Humanity had reached unprecedented levels of technological advancement, enabling them to explore the far reaches of their solar system. Space agencies worldwide collaborated on a bold mission to establish contact with any intelligent life beyond Earth. It was a dream that had fueled generations, a quest driven by the fundamental question: are we alone in the universe? Dr. Elena Reyes, a leading astrophysicist and the mission's coordinator, was consumed by the possibility. She had spent her career studying signals from deep space, analyzing anomalies, and deciphering cosmic messages that might hint at extraterrestrial intelligence. When an unexplained signal originating from Proxima Centauri b, a planet located in the habitable zone of the nearest star, was detected, the world held its breath. The signal was rhythmic and complex, unlike anything previously encountered, and it contained a repeated sequence that seemed almost intentional. As the news spread, excitement rippled through the scientific community and the general public alike. Governments poured resources into the project, and a state-of-the-art spacecraft, named the Odyssey, was launched to investigate. The crew consisted of a diverse group of scientists, engineers, and military personnel, each selected for their expertise and ability to navigate the unknown. Dr. Reyes led the mission, her heart pounding with the weight of expectation and fear. Months passed as the Odyssey journeyed through the vastness of space. The crew conducted experiments and engaged in discussions about the potential implications of making contact with another civilization. As they neared Proxima Centauri b, tensions began to mount. The crew grappled with conflicting emotions: excitement at the prospect of discovery, anxiety about what they might find, and dread at the possibility of failure. Finally, the Odyssey entered the orbit of Proxima Centauri b. The planet appeared lush and vibrant from a distance, its surface dotted with expansive oceans and sprawling landmasses. As they descended into the atmosphere, the crew marveled at the breathtaking beauty of the alien world. Dr. Reyes felt a surge of awe mixed with apprehension. This was the moment they had trained for, a moment that could alter the course of human history. The Odyssey landed smoothly on a wide plateau overlooking a vast ocean, the air thick with the scent of unfamiliar flora. The crew disembarked, donning their exosuits equipped with advanced technology for communication and environmental analysis. Dr. Reyes led the way, her heart racing as they ventured into the unknown. They set up a temporary base, surrounded by towering trees and exotic plants. As they began their observations, they detected signs of life: strange, bioluminescent creatures darting through the underbrush and peculiar bird-like animals soaring overhead. The landscape was teeming with activity, yet there were no signs of intelligent life. At least, none that they could identify. As night fell, the crew gathered around a holographic display that projected the intricate patterns of the signal they had intercepted. The rhythmic pulses seemed to resonate with a deeper meaning, as if they were a call to something greater. Dr. Reyes's team spent hours deciphering the signal, poring over data and theories. They proposed various explanations, but the urgency of their mission weighed heavily on them all. Suddenly, as they were deep in discussion, a low-frequency hum resonated through the air. The ground trembled beneath their feet, and the trees swayed ominously. Panic surged among the crew as they looked at one another, confusion etched on their faces. Dr. Reyes felt a knot tighten in her stomach. This was unlike anything they had experienced. "Everyone, stay calm," she commanded, her voice steady despite her rising fear. "We need to assess the situation." They gathered their equipment and ventured toward the source of the sound. The hum intensified, reverberating through the forest, guiding them deeper into the unknown. As they approached a clearing, a magnificent sight unfolded before them. Towering structures, unlike anything on Earth, pierced the sky, crafted from a shimmering material that glowed faintly in the darkness. They resembled colossal trees, each adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to pulse in time with the hum. The air crackled with energy, and Dr. Reyes realized they were standing before a monumental construct, an alien city that had remained hidden from their eyes. Just then, a burst of light erupted from the tallest structure, illuminating the clearing. A holographic figure materialized before them, emanating a gentle luminescence. The figure was humanoid, with delicate features and radiant skin that shimmered like the stars. Dr. Reyes's breath caught in her throat. This was the moment they had longed for, the first contact with an alien civilization. The figure raised its hands in a gesture of peace, and a series of melodic tones filled the air, resonating within their minds rather than their ears. It was as if the being was communicating directly with them, bypassing language altogether. The crew stood in awe, their fear momentarily forgotten, captivated by the beauty and grace of the entity before them. "Who are you?" Dr. Reyes asked, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and wonder. The being's tones transformed, becoming more rhythmic and deliberate, and she felt an overwhelming sense of calm wash over her. The holographic figure responded, conveying a message that transcended words. "We are the Inari, guardians of this world. We have watched your kind for eons, waiting for the moment of reckoning." Dr. Reyes exchanged glances with her crew, each member grappling with the weight of the encounter. "What do you mean by reckoning?" she asked, her heart racing. The Inari's form shimmered, and the tones shifted to a more urgent cadence. "Your people have wandered too far, driven by greed and fear. The time has come to choose a path of destruction or harmony." A chill ran down Dr. Reyes's spine as the implications sank in. The Inari were not merely guardians, they were sentinels tasked with protecting their world from those who threatened it. The warning was clear. Humanity's history of conflict and exploitation had reached the ears of the cosmos, and the consequences could be dire. In that moment, the reality of their mission hit her like a tidal wave. They had come seeking knowledge and connection, yet their presence could be viewed as a threat. As she looked into the glowing eyes of the Inari, she felt an overwhelming responsibility weighing upon her shoulders. "We want to learn," she pleaded. "We wish to understand your ways. We're not here to harm you." The Inari's luminescence flickered, and a sense of understanding permeated the air. "Your intentions matter little if your actions betray them. The choice is yours to make, but be warned. The universe has a way of responding to imbalance." With that, the holographic figure began to fade, leaving the crew in stunned silence. "What just happened?" one of the engineers murmured, disbelief etched on his face. "Did we really make contact?" Dr. Reyes took a deep breath, her mind racing. "Yes, but we must tread carefully. We need to understand their warning, and ensure we don't repeat the mistakes of the past." They returned to their base, each member lost in thought, the weight of their encounter heavy upon them. That night, as they prepared for sleep, Elena couldn't shake the sense of urgency that clung to her. She sat alone, staring into the depths of space visible from their observation deck, pondering the enormity of their task. The stars shimmered like diamonds against the velvety darkness, yet their beauty was overshadowed by the fear of what lay ahead. She understood now that they were at a crossroads, one that could shape the fate of both humanity and the Inari. The next morning, the crew gathered to discuss their encounter with the Inari. Dr. Reyes felt a renewed sense of purpose as they recounted the events of the previous night. "We must approach this with respect and humility," she began, her voice firm yet tinged with emotion. "The Inari have given us a final warning. It's our responsibility to honor it." The crew agreed, but the path forward was fraught with uncertainty. They needed to demonstrate their intentions, to show that humanity had learned from its past mistakes. They devised a plan to reach out to the Inari, hoping to establish a dialogue that would lead to mutual understanding. Over the next few days, they worked tirelessly to create a series of communications designed to express their commitment to peace. They synthesized their scientific knowledge, emphasizing their desire for collaboration and cooperation. The crew crafted messages that highlighted humanity's achievements in art, culture, and science, showcasing their capacity for compassion and creativity. As they prepared to send their first transmission, Dr. Reyes felt a mix of hope and apprehension. "What if they don't respond?" she pondered aloud. "What if they see us as a threat?" "We can't control their reaction, but we can control our intentions," one of the scientists reassured her. "We have to trust that our message will resonate." With a deep breath, Dr. Reyes initiated the transmission, sending their carefully crafted communication into the vastness of space. The crew gathered around, hearts pounding in anticipation as they awaited a response. Days turned into weeks, and the weight of uncertainty pressed heavily upon them. The lush landscape of Proxima Centauri remained unchanged, yet the atmosphere felt charged with tension. Then, one evening as the crew shared a meal, a familiar low-frequency hum returned. Dr. Reyes's heart raced. "Could it be?" she whispered, her eyes wide with hope. They quickly gathered their equipment and made their way to the clearing where they had first encountered the Inari. As they arrived, the holographic figure reappeared, its form even more radiant than before. The air crackled with energy, and the crew felt a profound sense of awe wash over them. "You have reached out, and we have listened," the Inari conveyed, their tones resonating in the minds of the crew. "Your intentions are noted, but words alone will not suffice. You must prove your commitment through action. Dr. Reyes stepped forward, her resolve strengthened. We understand the gravity of our situation. We want to learn from you and ensure our actions reflect our intentions. What must we do to earn your trust? The Inari's luminescence shifted, becoming softer yet more intense. Show us the depths of your compassion. Engage with the land and its creatures. Heal the scars of your past and embrace the potential of your future. With that, the Inari faded into the night, leaving the crew in stunned silence. What do they mean by healing? One of the engineers asked, bewildered. Dr. Reyes pondered the question, realizing that the Inari were asking them to confront the darker aspects of human history. The wars, the exploitation of nature, the destruction wrought by fear and greed. We must take this seriously, she said, determination in her voice. We need to engage with this planet, to understand its ecosystem and demonstrate our capacity for stewardship. The crew set to work, immersing themselves in the world around them. They studied the flora and fauna, documenting their observations and forming hypotheses about the ecosystem's balance. They organized cleanup efforts, collecting debris that had inadvertently been left behind during their arrival. They worked tirelessly to nurture the land, showing reverence for the life that thrived in this alien environment. As they engaged with the planet, the crew began to notice changes in themselves. They grew closer as a team, united by their shared purpose and the humbling experience of serving as stewards of another world. Dr. Reyes often found herself reflecting on their mission, realizing that this experience transcended mere scientific inquiry. It was a profound journey of self-discovery. Weeks passed, and the crew's efforts began to bear fruit. They witnessed the vibrant life of Proxima Centauri flourish as they worked in harmony with the land. New creatures emerged from the underbrush, and the sounds of nature filled the air. Each day felt like a new beginning, and a renewed sense of hope blossomed within them. Finally, the Inari returned once more, their holographic form appearing above the clearing. The crew stood in awe, their hearts racing with anticipation. You have shown us your willingness to learn, the Inari conveyed. But understanding requires more than just words and actions. It demands sacrifice. Dr. Reyes felt her pulse quicken. What kind of sacrifice? She asked, her voice steady. To heal the past, you must confront it. You will face your history, the conflicts, the fears that have shaped your kind. Only then can you prove your commitment to change. The crew exchanged glances, uncertainty filling the air. Confronting their history was a daunting prospect. It meant facing the darkest moments of humanity's past. But as Dr. Reyes looked into the glowing eyes of the Inari, she felt a sense of resolve take root. We accept this challenge, she said, her voice unwavering. Then prepare yourselves, the Inari replied, their form shimmering with intensity. You will embark on a journey through the echoes of your past. Only by confronting your fears can you pave the way for a brighter future. With that, the Inari released a burst of light, enveloping the crew in a warm glow. Dr. Reyes felt a sensation of weightlessness wash over her as the world around her began to shift and blur. She was filled with anticipation and dread, uncertain of what lay ahead. As the light faded, they found themselves in a vast expanse that felt both familiar and alien. They stood before a monumental structure, an ancient battlefield, a place where humanity's darkest impulses had come to fruition. Images flashed before their eyes, memories of conflict, pain, and suffering. They witnessed the horrors of war, the cries of anguish echoing through time. Dr. Reyes felt tears well in her eyes as she watched the scenes unfold. The crew stood together, united in their shared experience, each member grappling with the weight of their collective history. They felt the pain of those who had come before them, the mistakes and choices that had led to suffering. In that moment, they understood the depth of the Inari's warning. Fear had driven humanity to conflict, leading to destruction and despair. Yet, as they faced the ghosts of their past, a sense of resolve began to take shape. They realized that acknowledging their history was the first step toward healing. Dr. Reyes stepped forward, her voice steady as she addressed the visions before them. We acknowledge our past, she declared, her heart full of determination. We recognize the pain we have caused and the choices that have led to suffering. But we also believe in the power of change, the potential for redemption. As her words echoed through the battlefield, a wave of energy surged around them. The ground trembled, and the haunting images began to fade, replaced by a vibrant tapestry of hope. They witnessed acts of compassion, moments of unity, and the beauty of humanity's potential to uplift one another. The crew felt a profound transformation take place within them. They were no longer mere witnesses to history, They were active participants in shaping the future. As the echoes of their past faded, they found themselves back in the clearing, surrounded by the warmth of the Inari's presence. "You have faced the shadows of your past," the Inari conveyed, their tones resonating with approval. "Now, you possess the power to create a new narrative, one of harmony, understanding, and respect for all life." Dr. Reyes smiled, her heart swelling with hope. "We will honor this gift. We will strive to build a future where fear no longer dictates our choices, a future where compassion reigns." The Inari's luminescence flickered with delight. "Then go forth, and let your journey inspire others. The universe is vast, but the bonds of understanding can unite all who seek peace." As the Inari faded, the crew stood together, feeling the weight of their experience and the responsibility that lay ahead. They knew that their mission was far from over, it had merely begun. With renewed purpose, they returned to the Odyssey, ready to share their story with the world. As they launched back into the stars, Dr. Reyes gazed out at the cosmos, a sense of wonder filling her heart. They had faced their fears, embraced their history, and emerged transformed. In that moment, she understood that the journey toward peace was not just about seeking out new worlds. It was about nurturing the connections that bind all of humanity together. And as they traveled into the depths of space, she felt a surge of hope. Hope for a future where fear would no longer dictate their actions, but understanding and compassion would guide them toward a brighter tomorrow.